How to get a broken variable valve timing solenoid out. Now as you see here, here's the main connector piece of it. You got the plunger here, then you got the sleeve here. Now in my case, this was a bad sensor here. I took out that 10mm bolt here and tried to pull up on it. Well, only thing that came up was this piece here, as you see. And this piece was stuck in the engine. Now here's where it was stuck into, right here, that hole there. That's where that piece was stuck into. So on my way on how I got it out was I took a big bolt here. I don't remember what the size is on it, but it's a 3-inch. I believe it's a inch diameter, I believe it is. And what I did here, put the bolt in there and started threading it in there. Now as I went, piece by piece was breaking off into it. Which I guess that can be a good sign, but try to not let the little metal shavings pieces fall inside the engine. As they break off, try to get it out with like needle nose pliers or magnet tool. I don't think this was magnetic. So you just have to kind of push it out of the way, therefore it won't fall inside of here, because you don't want the metal shavings inside the engine. Now what I did here, what they usually say is thread the bolt in there, and if you're lucky enough, this will start to turn loose. Well, in my case, I could never get this thing to turn loose. So what I did, I threaded this bolt in as much as I can. I went to O'Reilly's, I rented out a hub puller and a slide hammer, as you see down here. What I did, I threaded that piece into the hub puller here, put this bolt into one of these holes here, then threaded it into the piece here. Then as I went, I just kind of slowly whacked on the slide hammer and got this piece pulled out on it. There are different ways. Like I said, there's somebody that was keep threading this bolt into it. You want to thread it in there slowly. You don't want to just keep turning it in all the way. Just kind of slowly turn it for it to thread into there, on there. Some, like I said, some people was able to get it to turn with the bolt. My luck, I did not have that luck on it, so I had to rent out a slide hammer and the hub puller. So like I said, put that bolt into here. This is what basically I did. Walked up to this hole here, put the bolt, I know you won't be able to see it. Alright, so here's a little better lighting of it. And what I did, grab that bolt here, I somehow angled this inwards inside of there, where I can get it screwed into the hole itself of the sleeve, basically. That's what they call that piece that was stuck in there. And I screwed this in with the socket and a ratchet, slowly turned it in, just enough for it to get enough bite onto the sleeve of it. Then I put the slide hammer in and just kind of gave it a couple hits on it with the slide hammer, and it'll finally work its way out. Now like I said, you don't want to get too big of a bolt on it where you'll damage the actual engine itself, because you want the bolt just big enough for the sleeve here. You don't want it any bigger, because you don't want to bust the sleeve in half and end up screwing into the actual engine piece here, that hole. I don't know how well this lighting will be, but like I said, here's the bolt that I used on it. And you probably won't be able to see it, but you see I got plenty of room for around the engine, so therefore I'm in the safe zone. You don't want one too big where you start threading the actual engine itself. You just only want to thread this cylinder here. So that's what it kind of looks like when it's threaded in there, just enough for it to grip onto this piece here. And like I said, I took the slide hammer and the hub puller onto it and gave it a couple whacks on it. And also what I did too that will help out, I sprayed the heck out of it with PB Blaster on it, let it sit for several hours, flooded it again with PB Blaster, and just kind of did that every so often, just enough for it to work its way through. Because this vehicle here that I'm working on has 300,000 miles on it. So it's been in there since the car was actually made, so it tells you how long. So it probably had a lot of oil and corrosion all built up onto it. So hopefully this gives you some ideas on how to get it out. But thanks for watching.